Okay, so this is a video about how to like import objects with some like multiple animations into Flax Engine. And I have created this sort of tree here, which is, I suppose it should be more detailed. But we have a tree here, and I've added some bones in Blender and gone into animations here. And I have created like animation 1, animation 2, 4, 8, and 12. And these are like different animations that somehow play differently. For instance, here's like one of the animations where it somehow bends like that, and then it dips into the ground and returns to something like this position. And another animation is these are more like demo animations. You just sort of like do like this. And if you want to make something like multiple animations in Blender, where it's like you can see that it does something like different stuff depending on the animation, right? And if you want to create like animation, first you like create one here, and when you add something like the keyframes, you can press I, and then you get something like you can add keyframes, or you can select something, and I think you can. But anyway, you can add keyframes in this program. Actually, you're gonna right click down here, and I'm not sure, but I just press I on the keyboard, and you get this list, and then location, rotation, for instance, so you get both the animated symbol like location and rotation for the bones, and then you just sort of like click that, and then you store it as these sort of like keyframe points, right? And when you're done, you just sort of like press push down, and then you can start working on another animation, and then you just sort of like click you want a new animation. So here's like 4 animations. You can do like this, and we have like our 3D object here. So when you export, because of this, let's just see here, I'm going to create an export, etc. You can start by so basic model 3D tree, and it's just sort of like everything here. And then notice down here it says animations and all that stuff. And then you can somehow add that here. You can just sort of like disable that, and I don't want to add the animation now. I just want to export this as like this. And now I want to export the animations separately. So I click FBX, and I just select the armature, and I click here, and to like make this work, for some reason I had to disable NLA strip and just sort of like keep these settings and then bake animation, and only instead of like selecting everything, just the armature, and then basic model, and then let's call them animations, etc. Right. Now we export them as 2 separate things, and that's sort of like how you do that. And now we can go into Flax Engine, and I need to find the folder here where I save this, pictures, where is Flax Engine, projects. We go in here, let's just, we can add it here. So now click here, what is it, 3D animation test, I think, tree. Here, export. So now you can see we have the animations, and we have the basic model like as like separate things, and now we sort of like click here, and we can go to 3D stuff. We add a new folder, tree import here, and now we can start by taking the basic 3D model, which is an FBX, and we just sort of like move it here. And hit it's gonna be a skinned model, which is something like it has a skeleton or something like that, and then we just hit import, and now we can sort of like move it in to the world, and we just move it here and rotate it, so on. And to get the animations and sort of like begin working with those, we need to get them into something like into like the program, also into Flax Engine. So we go 3D stuff, I saved it here, import, and now we click the animations. Let's see here, we just do like this, and we take the animations and we move them in like this, and now we want to import these as animations. And I don't know why specifically, but when you do that, you somehow get this, and now all the animations are like stored here. And to somehow begin working with them, like calling them from code, you first want to also click split objects, and then you hit re-import, and then it is imported as these sort of like 3 or these 4 different animations that were something like in Blender. And you can see that the name is anim04, anim08, anim012, and anim02 just retains the name of like the original import FBX name, but you can see the names of the animations except the first one that somehow isn't renamed here, so they're all there. So if you want to call these animations from code, you need to add an animation graph, and you do that by right-clicking here, animation and an animation graph. And let's just call this 002, tree anim 002. Now we have that here, and we press Control D, 004, Control D, 008, and Control D, 0112. And when you open an animation graph, you get something like this, and we can like get this here. We can move this in here. We like zoom out, and we can like see the tree here. And now we just get sort of like the first animation. We just move it in, and we connect it here. And now you can see now that, and then the first animation is playing, and we set the speed here to 2. And then in a sense that's going now, and then we just sort of like keep going here, and again it needs just like to have a preview model here, and double click here, and now we get this, and we connect this here. So now we have like an animation graph that does some different stuff, and then there's here, just take here, and again connect this here, and we just zoom out a bit. Now you can see this animation here. Let's just make this speed 2, so like a bit faster. So now the different animations are like in the engine, and that's sort of like how you want to do stuff. And there's something that's sort of like worth knowing. It is that if you change these animations in Blender, at least from what I know, let's see, speed 2 here, and now we have this. So now you have, in a sense, the animations in the engine. And if you want to like immediately sort of like play the animations, you can just take this animation graph and add it here. And from what I know, it will just sort of like start playing right away. I need to move the camera here. So we take the camera here. Whoops. Which one is it? Oh, the collider. Is this the active camera? Yeah. How do I save this position? Let's see here. There is. So wait a minute. And is active. Where is this? There's this. So we just want to move this now. Let's see here. Now we have this. And it's just, and here, and it's, I guess something like this when we press play now. So now you can like see that it's sort of like playing the first animation. I guess animation 002, and if you like want to play the other animation, you just sort of like you take this here. So let's just press Control D, move this here, Move this here. Move this here. And here. And now we need to move this here. And now we have this. And here we have animation graph 2. Animation graph 4. So this is sort of like the basic way of let's see here of getting animations to like play in the engine. So let's just press play. You can like see that now it's playing the 4 different animations from that are somehow like created in Blender. And this is sort of like how you import animations into Flax Engine and you start playing them. And that's it for now. Thank you. Bye.